Hello, I am Peiyu Yang. My presentation topic is development of the Vocaloid and its impact on the East Asian music industry. It focuses on the history of Vocaloid and its value of commerce and culture in Japan. Vocaloid is a voice synthesis technology developed by Yamaha that lets a user perform a song just by typing in a melody and lyrics. Software sings it back in a synthetic human voice. In 1961, IBM's Daisy Bell experiment produced the first computer-sung voice, planting the seed for a singing machine. Yamaha didn't commercially launch Vocaloid 1 until 2004, and it stayed a niche tool for professional composers until 2007, when Hatsune Miku, built on Vocaloid 2, turned the software into a global cultural phenomena and gave it a face. So how does it actually work? Vocaloid uses something called concatenative synthesis. It takes recorded fragments of real human speech, a voice bank of phonetic sounds, and rearranges those fragments based on the melody and lyrics a user types in. That's the voice bank, the user input, and the sun output you see here. This technology sparked what's called the desktop music boom, because suddenly home users had access to a professional quality singer for a fraction of the cost of hiring a studio vocalist. A whole generation of independent producers, known as Vocaloid Ps, emerged straight from their bedrooms into the musical mainstream. No label, no studio, no professional vocalist required. The barrier between listener and creator just collapsed. That technology hasn't stood still. Vocaloid 6 marks a real shift. From purely rearranging pre-recorded samples to AI-driven vocal modeling. Versions 1 through 5 relied on concatenative synthesis, where a producer had to manually sculpt every bit of expression, parameter by parameter. Precise, but it could sound mechanical without a lot of tuning. Vocaloid 6 changes that. Its AI model generates natural phrasing and emotional nuance automatically, and it introduces a feature called Vocaloid Changer, which can convert a live singer's voice into a Vocaloid voice bank in real time. That lowers the technical barrier to getting an expressive human-like performance. Now, technology is only half the story. Character design mattered just as much. The earliest voice banks, like Leon and Lola, were marketed as neutral studio tools. No face, no persona, just an instrument for composers. That changed when Krypton Future Media started pairing voice banks with character illustrations. First with Mako, and then, famously, with Hatsune Miku. This move directly targeted the otaku demographic. Anime-style box art combined with an intentionally vague backstory invited fans to project their own stories onto the character, which encouraged crossover engagement between music producers and the anime and manga community. This is what's called the Kira phenomenon. Vocaloid's function as a kind of blank surface that lets fans fill in the personality themselves, which is exactly what makes the character so endlessly consumable across fan-made stories, songs, and art. This fan-driven model translated into real commercial success. Sega's Project Diva rhythm game series is a great example. It crowdsourced its set lists and visual style directly from the fan and producer community, turning fan-made songs into official best-selling game content. Good Smile Company is another success story. They've produced more than 15 distinct types of Hatsune Miku action figures, selling hundreds of thousands of units and turning a piece of software into a physical collectible commercial line. This fan-driven model translated into real commercial success. Sega's Project Diva. But not every partnership landed well. In 2011, Toyota launched an Americanized Hatsune Miku campaign in the US, and it faced significant backlash from the community. The most cited misstep was replacing Miku's signature leak, a beloved, fan-originated visual motif, the hot dog. The advertisement video on YouTube has been viewed over 76K, and it only had 3.2K likes. They hide the amount of dislike and avoid arguments. On the flip side, Miku has become a genuinely powerful brand ambassador when handled well. She's appeared in campaigns for global brands like Lux Shampoo. Beyond individual products, Miku has come to function almost like a national identity for Japan on the world stage, a soft power ambassador whose reach was built collectively by fans. Perhaps the most striking evolution is in live performance. 3D holographic projections of Vocaloid characters now perform live alongside real human backing bands, transforming what began as a purely virtual instrument into a genuine virtual pop star. filling arenas with paying, cheering fans. And these concerts function as more than just shows, they're communal gatherings. Fans aren't just watching a performer, they're celebrating the collective success of a character and a songbook that the community itself helped build. Vocaloid didn't just produce songs, it produced careers. Producers used the platform as a launchpad from bedroom production to a viral Vocaloid hit to a full mainstream music career. A successful example is Hachi, better known today as Kenshi Yonezu. He is one of Japan's biggest pop stars. In 2025, he performed on the NHK Kohaku Utegassen, a traditional Japanese New Year's Eve music show, and achieved the highest viewership ratings at the time. Also, he won the Best Digital Culture Artist at Music Awards Japan 2026. There's also a more complicated side to this technology. Vocaloid-adjacent AI voice technology has been used to resurrect deceased artists, most notably an AI-reproduced voice of the legendary Japanese singer Misora Hibari. That raises some genuinely difficult ethical and technical questions about consent, about artistic legacy, and about what it even means to perform after death. So to bring it all together, Vocaloid shifted the industry's center of gravity from the singer to the producer, creating a bustling creative ecosystem that's run largely by consumers themselves, writers, artists, animators, and figure makers, all building on each other's work. And whether or not Vocaloid ever fully enters the traditional music industry, I'd argue its model of collective creation and continuous technological iteration has already changed how we define voice and humanity in music, and that change is permanent. References and sources for further reading on Vocaloid's impact and development. Thank you so much for listening.